What's going on, everyone? Ninjatacoproductions here from NCP, and I'm back again with another mob statue. Today, I have the Wither Skeleton. So, it's been a little while since we've done a normal mob from in-game. You know, like, obviously, the past few days I've done modded mobs, and even before when I would actually do another mob, it was usually, you know, modded mobs and stuff. I have not done an actual mob from in-game in such a very, very long time. And so, I'm happy to make one again. Obviously, I want to get some more out, because, well, the mob section of the world is very puny and kind of sad, but we're getting there. We'll get there, and we'll get everything. So, but these guys were recently added not too long ago to Xbox Minecraft, and very nice to have them finally, because with them, along with them came, you know, the Wither boss and everything, and a bunch of other really cool stuff. So I'm very happy that they're in the game now. If you don't know these guys, they're in the Nether, and they have this really rare chance to drop a Wither skeleton head, and if you get 3 of those, you can summon the Wither boss. So it's really cool. I don't know how common they spawn in the Nether because I haven't done survival yet, funny enough, in this patch. But I think Lucky told me that it took him and our other member, Average Dude, I think a few hours to get all 3 heads and summon their first Wither boss in survival. So I imagine they're, you know, maybe fairly common-ish to kind of rare. I don't really know. He would have more information on this, but enough of that. Let's just jump into this now. So, dimension time. The legs are 2 by 2 by 12. So, obviously 2 by 2 this way, 12 all the way up, and both legs have this little 2 by 2 square in between them. When you get up here to the torso, you know, this like little pelvis area here, just bring it out 1 on all sides, and you will get an 8 by 4 by 12, to say the least, shape. If you filled all this up, like, you know, you filled all this like extra space up, you would actually have this 8 by 4 by 12 rectangle. So yeah, it's just all this extra space because it's just bones. But yeah, so there's that, and then the arms here, they are again another 2 by 2 by 12, and just, you know, get extended straight out. He's obviously holding a sword. So that's in the right hand, if you're looking at him, the left hand. And his head is just a regular 8 by 8 by 8 cube. So 8 on all sides, including up and down. So, and that's him. Quick thing to note is that he is exactly like a normal skeleton. So if you know how to make a normal skeleton, if you've made a normal skeleton before, like just in your world, then making the Wither skeleton is exactly the same. Just give him a sword and give him like a lot of weird details and stuff all around his body. It's exactly the same. Even though the wither skeleton is actually taller than a normal skeleton because his pixels are bigger when you make them individually with just normal blocks, he comes out to be the exact same size as a regular skeleton. So, yeah. But let's get into the detail here. So here in the legs, you can see that it's just black, gray, and stone in this pattern, and both legs are exactly the same, but it gets even crazier. Alright? See this pattern? Just take a good look at it. Alright? Now, I'm going to go to the back here, right between his legs, and it's the exact same thing, just flipped. See? So, like, this is the exact same as this. Just, it's, you know, you would just turn it and flip it, basically. So, even though I think in the plastic texture pack I took pictures of all sides here, you know, like all the sides, really the front and the back of the legs are exactly the same. So how crazy is that? So really, you just gotta get one pattern and then just go to the back, and then you can use the exact same picture to, you know, do the back of the legs too. So, creative. Alright, so for this, I'm just going to focus on like the pelvis first, and then like show the back, and then the chest. Like, so like the spine, and then the chest, or whatever. So here's this part of the pelvis. Obviously gray, black, a little bit of stone there. So, that's the front. Coming over here to this side, we just have gray, a little bit of stone, you know, one more thing of stone there. So there's that. Coming on here to the back. Nothing's really changing. The majority of them is just made of black, gray, and stone. So here's that. And then finally this side. It's not the same as the other side. It is different. So here's just this. It's that. And I don't believe, yeah, the inside of it is just all black. So you can just fill all this in with black right here. We'll go into the spine. Spine next. So here, it's the same from both sides. Let's just show the back of it. Alright, here's the back of the spine. It's actually got a little bit of light gray. We've been using black and gray and stone only up to this point, but I think this is the only part on him that has a little bit of light gray. And you can see that it's matched up with the stones there, with the stone there, whatever. So, this starts on the, obviously on the third part, and it goes up, and on the sixth one, we can go and count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the sixth one up, you'll start the first rib, and then each rib will go every other one. And each rib is actually exactly the same as the other one. So they just have this, you know, 2 black, and then the sides are all gray, and then it comes up here to the chest, which has that pattern. But I'll go and show the back of it from here. So remember, as soon as the spine starts on the 6th level, you'll start the first rib, and then jump one, then the second rib, then jump another one, and the final rib, and then the final rib should be the very top of the body. And again, all 3 of those are exactly the same, with just being that 2 black on the back, and then even both sides are exactly the same. So it's gray, just it's entirely gray on both sides here. And then we'll go and show the front of the ribs or whatever, chest, and this is just black and gray. Obviously it comes over here where the ribs are, and then, you know, it's got these 2 little parts that hang down right here, and then this little part's open in the very top of the chest. So if you want to look at it from the skeleton point of view, it looks like this. I think it looks kind of like a Spartan helmet. Actually, no, it's a little bit different, because on the wither skeleton it's more open like this. So that's how it looks like on a wither skeleton. Right? So that's how it will look. But I just thought, hey, maybe it'll be a little bit easier to see from there. So, yep, that's how that looks. Alright, now for the arms. Cool thing about the arms, they're exactly the same as the legs. See? And they're both exactly the same, just like the legs. So, they're pretty much, he pretty much has his legs on his arms. But I noticed I put light, why'd I put light gray there instead of, that's weird. I put light gray there instead of stone. Don't make that light gray, because it should be stone for some reason. I guess I got confused and I made it light gray. I realized that because I know that these are exactly the same as the legs, so yeah. But yep, so they're exactly the same. Here's it from the top point of view. You you know, if you use that picture for the legs, you can see here, you're basically just, you know, plucking them up here. Something else to note is the arms start not from the very back like this. It comes one forward, and then, you know, obviously it comes out, it's extended out 12. So yeah, but it's the same pattern, just, you know, flipped back to back, and it's the same for both arms. And then you can put the sword on either side that you really want to, or you could, you know, not give him a sword at all. Although you might want to give him a sword because he is wielding a sword. So, but I put mine on the right side of his hand. You can put it on the left, whichever you want. But this is what the sword looks like. Same colors as you've used for the whole thing up to this point, just black, gray, and stone. Black being the outline, gray being kind of the more inner detail, and then stone being the very center detail. So there's that. And now for the face. Here's the front of the face. The majority of it is gray. He's got some stone lines, and then obviously the eyes and the mouth, and a little bit on top of the head is made of black. So there is that. I've seen a lot of people make these lines out of like bedrock and stuff, and I think it looks so weird. Like, when I make these kind of things, or I design them, I look at pictures obviously of the mob, or I spawn the mob in. A little hard being on here, but I look at pictures of the mob, and a lot of people make these out of bedrock. Again, same colors though. Stone lines, gray and black. But a lot of people have made these out of like all where I put stone. A lot of people have made all that out of bedrock, and I'm just like, that. Why? Bedrock does not look very good on statues, and I'm actually making a video explaining why. This is giving away so much. I'm planning on making a video. I'm in the mix of actually making a video on how to make statues, like a tutorial on how to make anything in general. Like, it's involved with skins, but in there I kind of talk about designing stuff and blah blah blah, you know, and you know what materials are good and what materials aren't. And bedrock is one of those materials that isn't very good to use. So, actually, what the heck? Wow, that's really weird. So the back of his head, I just now realized this, is the exact same as the top, just flipped. Well, it's very similar. It's not exactly the same, I should say. It's very similar, though. But here's the top. Stone, gray, and black. I know I didn't really explain anything, but it's just because his whole head's made of black, stone, and gray, so I didn't really need to explain much to show it. And I know I rambled a little bit there. I went off topic, but you know, it kind of just like led from one thing to another. You know how I ramble if you've watched a lot of my videos. So, alright. But that's it for this one, guys. If you got through all that, then, you know, congratulations. Obviously, there will be pictures at the very end in the plastic texture pack here on Xbox to, you know, give you grid lines and stuff, and maybe help out a little bit if, you know, you didn't like how I did that. So, if you guys have any other requests for, like, other mobs and stuff, or just, like, skins, or YouTubers and stuff, go and leave that in the comments. You can do whatever you want. Give us an idea of what we should make next. Maybe another mob. What mob should we make next? I know people have asked for, like, horses and stuff, and believe me, I actually really want to make horses, because they just came out here on Xbox, and I feel like they'd be really cool to add them in, along with other stuff, including the new mobs that came out on PC not too long ago, like the Rabbit and the Guardians and stuff. Those are really cool, and those would be really interesting to make, so I've been thinking about all that too. But, yeah, that's it for this, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you for the next one.